Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's fourth and final video. We're going to have a look at weather for the next 10 to 14 days for today's final video. Day 10 will take us to the 23rd of May, and we'll be able to extend out beyond that with the extended GFS and ECM Ensembles. Maybe around a couple of weeks. We'll have a look at CFS at the end of the video for the next 4 weeks, and that will get us into the first half of May. I shall get on with that for you in a moment. Just to say that the first video today was our 6 AM UK weather forecast. We've also released the, what have we done? We've released the ECM 42-day forecast, that's right, and also the weekend. So check out all of today's vids. Thank you so much everybody for doing that. And why not drop a comment, let us know what you think about this and all of our videos. And don't forget to tell your friends about GavsWeatherVids. Ask them to subscribe too. We are now past 15.8k. We're on the grind to 15.9k. Whoa. And the ultimate target of 16,000 subscribers. Please give us a sub. And thanks so much, everyone. But getting that, right, going to start off with the CET. Second temperature is currently sitting at 12.5, which is 1.3 degrees above the 61 to 1990 average. That is provisional to yesterday, to the Anomalies, and that's provisional to the 11th. So let's just flip that over. Okay, 12.4 now, just updated, which is still 1.3 degrees above average. So that is provisional to yesterday, to the 12th of May. So we're hovering around, just a little bit above 1 Celsius above the 61 to 990 average at the moment. Doing a little bit of CET Saturday, so this Central England temperature index all the way back to 1659 from Hadley, the oldest, most reliable temperature record anywhere on Earth, though they do have a tendency to tweak things a little bit. Now, if you go down to 2023, we can see that so far I've had January at 5.2, February at 6.5, March at 7 degrees, and April at 8.7. May's number is going to be placed just better. Had a very warm May last year at 13.1, but the year before that was actually quite cold at 10.2. That was the coldest May that we'd had for around 25 years, I think, back to 1996. We had a very warm couple of Mays in 2017, 2018, both of those coming in at 3.3. May should usually hover around 11 Celsius, really. But we had a very warm May in 1998. The warmest May, actually, not that long ago, warmest May on record, is 13.6 in 1992. Or I should say the warmest May on the 20th century record. More about that in a second. But like in the 20th century, the warmest May was 1992 at 13.6. May 1996, our last very cold May was 1996, which came out at 9.2, and that was the last time that we had a May CET under 10 Celsius. And that is actually the coldest May since going all the way back to the early 1900s, I think. We have 1902 here at 7. No, there we go. We have 1902 at 8.9 just there. That was a very, very cold May, one of the coldest Mays on record. But actually, the hottest May on record is a long time ago. It's way above 1992. The hottest May on record for the CET is back in 1833. It's one of those sort of remarkable outlier months at 15.1. And that would be a very warm June CET, never mind May. So, it's one of those freak months, one of those freak outlier months that happens occasionally and from time to time. December 2015, I suppose, is a little bit like that in some ways, where the CET comes in, well above the previous record. And so that one is a record that has lasted for years and years and years. I suppose at some point it will go, but it's not going to be this year, I don't think. So for another year, the all-time May CET record back in 1833 of 15.1 looks as though it is safe and sound. Of course, we'll know by month's end where May 2023 is coming in, but I think it'll be a little bit of a cooler month compared to what we had last year. Right, okay, let's have a look at the GFS upper air temperature precipitation ensembles then. So red light is the 30-year upper air temperature average for London. We're starting up around to a little bit above average at the moment. We are going to have a cool down though through middle to early part of next week. However, the trend with the upper air temperatures as we go through the final 10 days or week of the month is a warming trend. So it does look as though things will be getting warmer as we move into the final week, 10 days of May. Precipitation-wise, it's not completely dry. It's drier than it was earlier on in the month. The next couple of days are going to have some drier weather down in London. There will be some showery conditions after that. Then dry again, and a bit showery as we go through into the last week of the month. It doesn't look particularly wet, but it doesn't look completely settled either. So just be prepared for like showery conditions at times, but not as wet as it has been. Temperature anomalies on the 13th, 21st May, cold and average for England and Wales, quite significantly so, a little bit closer to average for Scotland. Precipitation anomalies from the 13th, 21st of May, they're coming out more or less dry and average in most areas, but nearer normal over in the east. Windflow Map from knowlschool.net shows that high pressure is ridging through the country again today, and that could be bringing quite a bit of dry weather with it. There is a weather system out in the west, so this area of low pressure just here, and its attendant front will be pushing southwards eastwards across the country tonight and tomorrow. Going through the chart dates, this is how latest you commit Europe, talking midnight on Tuesday, bring wind in from north, looks rather cool and showery then. High pressure ridges in through the second half of next week, although we'll have some shower rain with the weather system up in the north. That's as far as you get to the UK Met Euro to midnight on Saturday. High pressure ridging up from the southwest. Also, it's trying to turn drier and warmer by next weekend. Icon, again, looking rather showering and a bit on the cool side for Tuesday. High pressure band has to go ridging in through the middle of next week. It takes a while, but by next weekend, this is Saturday, high pressure is sending a nice ridge through the country. And so that could lift the temperature into the upper teens or below 20 Celsius with quite a bit of dry weather, hopefully. The GFS midnight run, again, looks rather showery as we go through the early part of next week. Then a weather system comes south into that area of high pressure Thursday and Friday before the high pressure re-establishes towards Scandinavia next weekend. So the GFS midnight run sets up a proper Scandinavian high and pulls the wind in from an easterly direction. Very different position for that high pressure compared to like Icon, for example, so quite a big bit of uncertainty about that. If we get high pressure out of Scandinavia, that brings the driest, warmest weather to Scotland, and England and Wales will be cooler and cloudier with east winds, maybe bring some showers in. High pressure increasingly influential as we head up toward day 10. It's been a long time since we've seen such a large area of high pressure dominating the weather across northern Europe and the North Atlantic. So the trend definitely within the GFS midnight run, takes a bit longer to get there, but trend definitely is towards drier and warmer weather. I think this will be a very pleasant spell of weather, not a heat wave, but very pleasant. Temperature probably into below 20 Celsius and with plenty of sunshine. Should be really nice. Heading up towards the end of the GFS midnight run, high pressure is still in over top of the country. Again, should be mostly dry and could start to bring some warmth up from the south with that. That's down to the 29th of May, which is Bank Holiday Monday. The GFS 6Z once more. Fine, showery, cool conditions for the open up next week. High pressure then increasingly taking over as we move in towards the weekend, heading up towards Scandinavia. Winds pulling in to the east, that brings probably quite a big cloud, a few showers into the south. The driest, warmest weather is up in the north with that. Heading up toward day 10, again, high pressure is in control, not complete plain sailing. Winds coming in from an east-northeast direction probably brings cloud to the south and east and a few showers as well. But it is a drier trend that we've got going on here, and a warming one, I think, as we're going into the last week of May. By the very end of the GFS 6 though, the high pressure back out in the North Atlantic and down are coming again, those northerly breezes. If you enjoyed the video, whoops, ow, that hurt. If you enjoyed the video, please can you like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so very much for doing that. Why not drop a comment? Let us know what you think about this and all of our videos. And don't forget to remember about GavsWeatherVids. Ask them to subscribe. And we thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. GM, again, with wind in from the north as we go in Tuesday. But cool and showery, and high pressure establishing over top of the country through the middle part of next week. Lower trough dropping samples at the end of next week, though, bring showery conditions with it. And then the high pressure goes to Scandinavia. Winds coming in from more of an east-northeast direction. Should bring a lot of dry weather. But again, it's not a heat wave. The wind direction is a bit east or northeast, which is not a particularly warm wind direction in May. And it's not cold though, but you know, it's not a heat wave. And then ECM looks like that once again. High pressure is having more of a say in the coming week, but we do bring a trough through around Thursday, Friday, showing conditions with that. Then high pressure re-establishing over and to the east of the country, heading up towards the day 10. And that is the day 10 chart, which is 23rd of May. High pressure is to our north, low pressure to the south, winds coming in from an east or northeasterly direction. So getting a lot of heat wave, winds coming from the east or northeast, which is an especially warm wind direction. However, it should be relatively pleasant. The driest, warmest weather is actually in the north. The south and the east could have some showers. This is the precipitation forecast based on that ECM run on Meteo.com. Here comes the showery rain pushing southwards and eastwards across the country over this weekend. And then to next week, we're into those showery northerly winds briefly. Showery conditions coming to the north and west later next week. Some of that gets down to south at the end of next week, and then the trend is a drying one as we move up towards day 10. These are the options on the table within the ECM ensembles today for day 10. Gets us to the 23rd of May. 23 members of the ECM ensembles with high pressure over Scandinavia and out in the Atlantic. Low pressure way to the northwest and to the south. Should be getting the wind in from the east. That does include patrol and the operational run. 21 have a nice, strong and stable ridge from the Atlantic to northern Europe. That brings plenty of dry and warm weather with it. And then 7 with low pressure in the North Atlantic, bring rather cool and showery conditions. But that is a minority option. Most of the options are involved with high pressure there at day 10. And then in 2 weeks' time, these are the options that we've got. It gets to 28th of May. 18 members of the ECM ensemble still with high pressure over Scandinavia. Winds coming in from the east, mostly dry and pleasant. 16 again, high pressure over to the east of the country. Winds coming in from the east, mostly dry and pleasant with that. 9 with low pressure in of the Atlantic. That's going to be cooler and more showery. 4 with high pressure over France. That should bring probably quite a lot of dry weather to the south, could be a little bit showery up in the north, and then another 4 with high pressure towards Greenland and in the Atlantic, and high pressure over France as well, so that's probably bringing up wind from more a southerly direction, but this low in the Atlantic possibly could bring a little bit of thunder. But anyway, only 4 doing that. Most of the options at day 10 and 14 seem to involve high pressure. The trend, I think, is a drying and warming one as we're going into the final week or so of May. CFS Weekly, lastly, these are 500 millibar height anomalies broken down into week periods. The first week period will take us from the 13th to 19th of May. The coming week we'll have high pressure ridging from the Atlantic into northern Europe. Low pressure will be to our south, and winds will be coming in from an easterly direction. So, you know, not going to be a heat wave, but it should be dry, particularly so up in the north. Week 2 is going to be the 20th to 26th of May. High pressure again, which is in off the Atlantic into northern and also Western Europe. Should be a lot of dry weather with that. Once more, still bringing wind from the east or the northeast, so temperatures will be a little bit pegged back, but should be very pleasant. And then week 3, W27th of May, 2nd of June. High pressure a bit further southwards, sitting over the country and reaching towards Scandinavia. That should bring increasingly warm weather with it, I would have thought. Week 4 is going to be the 3rd to the 9th of June. High pressure is over Scandinavia. Low pressure in the Atlantic and to our south could be threatening a little bit of a breakdown. And dare I say it, maybe in a thundery breakdown. Might be possible if that low over Spain starts pushing in this direction. That low over Spain starts going in that direction. Watch out. We might get a bit of thunder. Wouldn't that be exciting? Wow, wow, wow. We shall see time tell. Right, we're done. If you enjoyed the video, please can you like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. Drop a comment. Let us know what you think about this and all of our videos. And don't forget to tell your friends about GavsWeatherVids. It's amazing. It's incredible. We thank you so much, everyone, for doing that for us. Right, I'll just tell you what's coming up tomorrow. We're going to have the 16 UK weather forecast. We've got our 10th and penultimate summer update, and it's a big one this week. It's ENSO special, El Nino special. So, big summer update for you tomorrow at 10 a.m. And then there'll be a 10 to 14 day tomorrow also. So please keep checking back to the channel for more. For this video, though, and for today's videos, that's all for now. And thanks for watching.